Hi everyone, welcome to Farsight's ET News for August 2023, the news show that tells you what the extraterrestrials are up to in real time. This ET News show is published only on Farsight's video streaming service, farsightprime.com. Farsight's ET News is cutting edge, more than a bit controversial, and absolutely need to know. And it is what you need to know. I'm Yemi Janae from Farsight. This ET News edition is different than past ET News editions. We are narrowing the targets for ET News. The remote viewing sessions that you'll see right now all have a specific target and extraterrestrial spacecraft, or a collection of extraterrestrial spacecrafts that we have video recorded using our own cameras here at Farsight. However, in this project, we go after a specific element of these ET spacecrafts, in particular, how the spacecraft are flown using artificial intelligence or AI technology. Time travelers, I hope you are following the rapidly evolving news coming out of Washington, D.C. about UFO disclosures. Both the Senate and the House are coming up with legislation to force the Department of Defense to declassify as much UFO information as possible. The current bill working its way in the Senate is structured similar to the 1992 bill that related to the release of information about the assassination of John F. Kennedy. But please allow me to issue a note of warning. The 1992 bill did little to force the government to come clean with respect to what really happened to JFK. Have you seen our Farsight project on JFK assassination? If not, you should watch it like right now, after this, but right now. Some secrets are simply just too deep to resolve by just passing some legislation law. Now, we have an open secret that the U.S. government is holding back a ton of information relating to extraterrestrial spacecraft that they have had access to in some shape or form. But the ET story is so complicated that what you are hearing in the news hardly hits the tip of the so-called iceberg. First, just acknowledging that UFOs are real is not going to change the world. The real story is what the extraterrestrials have been up to over so many years. Going back thousands of years ago, if the U.S. government has ET ships that have crashed or been captured, put two and two together. Do you think the government is going to be sitting around year after year saying, oh my gosh, oh no? Let's be real. The military is going to immediately want to know how those things work, and they are going to want to have some of those crafts for themselves. The U.S. military would want military advantage, and that advantage would disappear as soon as everyone else had access to the information. So the military would have their own normal military programs, and then they would have their secret military programs. The normal ones would have the normal type of equipment that you see in the news, but you would not hear or see anything about the secret ones under any circumstances. Passing a bill through Congress is not going to change that. What you will get is another meek release of a couple of UFO videos that the government says it will now investigate with a new congressional committee or military task force. So it is nice that Congress is talking about the UFOs. Even the New York Times had an article where they mentioned UFOs, but these are small potatoes relative to what's really going on. And that is why you are here watching ET News. Here's the only place where you can get real information collected under blind conditions about what the ETs are really up to. At Farsight, you get the deep. So, I want to give you something to chew on. We're making an impact, right? We have been noticing that the idea of Earth being a prison planet run by negative ETs is starting to get raised within the channeling community. That may seem like good news, but it's not. What is actually happening is that the negative ETs who have been using the channeling community to spread false narratives aimed at maintaining their control over that part of the population have begun to realize that the fact of Earth being a prison planet is going to come out sooner or later. And they're trying to pivot to spin the story in their favor. You see, the human channelers themselves are some of the best people on this earth. They're honest and sincere, and they're really trying to make a positive contribution to humanity. But they're being used by very deceptive ETs to keep the New Age community under control, so that the community does not become united as a forceful political group demanding honesty and accountability regarding the entire ET situation. The new spin that is beginning to emerge from the channeling community is, yes, Earth has been run as a prison planet for, say, 10,000 years, but the situation is emerging such that humanity is growing out of those restraints, and we have a positive future of reuniting with our galactic brothers and sisters, starting in, let's say, 3, 5, 20 years or more. The story always contains the idea that it is up to humanity to evolve, to break the impasse. It is humanity that is backwards, and humanity needs to develop. Guys, that is crazy. There is not a speck of honesty in those new reports. It is just like the similarly deceptive reports that the good ETs have chased all the bad ETs off the planet, and we're now waiting for humanity to simply wake up. None of them have left. None of the bad ETs have left. They are just changing the information that you are getting to kick the disclosure can down the road a bit. None of this is being addressed in Congress, so even if Congress does pass legislation, don't expect anything major to happen. What is really needed is a revolution from below, a revolution caused by millions of people demanding an end to the prison-maintaining activities that the bad ETs are doing. That can only happen if you know the truth. And that is the Farsight mission, to tell you the truth. All collected under totally blind and very defendable conditions. This disclosure thing is not going to end without a revolution. And a revolution will only happen if you help make it happen. Watch our Farsight projects. It's a very good way to get started. We really need you to be a paid subscriber to farsightprime.com and to watch our projects so that you can support what we do and how to help change. To add fuel to the fire, here's another clip of UFOs that we have shot with our own cameras at Farsight. Remember, we're trying to encourage others to follow our methods and make their own video recordings of the ET spacecrafts on their own. Now, this clip that you're going to see is part of the actual target for the ET news session, so watch it closely. It was recorded during Blue Angel's show over the Pensacola Naval Air Base in May 2023. Again, we really want and need you to be a paid subscriber to farsightprime.com so that you can support our work and watch the full analysis of these investigations. But in addition to that, if you want to go and get more of these short video clips of extraterrestrial spacecrafts that Farsight is recording with its own cameras, especially if you want to show them to your friends so that they too can know about our work. Our director, Courtney Brown, is putting some of our clips on his Instagram page, which is ideal for short video clips of the sort. You can watch them from your phone. The clips do not have any of the analysis that you get on farsightprime.com, but it is still fun to conveniently watch these clips of the ETs flying their ships. I mean, your phone is always with you, right? So if you're not already on Instagram, now's a good time to start. You can find his Instagram page at Courtney Brown Farsight, all one word. He is putting more clips up there as fast as he can process them. Again, Instagram and then Courtney Brown Farsight. He is also publishing behind the scenes stuff on that page that you will want to see. Stills, short video clips that are beyond awesome. And if you want to know the backstory of what those ET spacecrafts are doing, watch our projects that we are coming out with each month on farsightprime.com. Knowing the truth will set you free. So now let's move on to this month's ET News. Let's find out what those guys are doing up there. These ET News sessions are specifically investigating how AI technology is being used to pilot those ET spacecrafts. This ET News project complements the recently released Mysteries project, UFO Fleet over Pensacola. Actually, we have 3 related shows that investigate different aspects of that massive UFO fleet appearance. The recent Identified Flying Object show with Intisam and our technical analyst, Lincoln Lonsbury. Our new Mysteries project, UFO Fleet over Pensacola, where we dive into the ships and their missions. And this current ET News edition, where we dive into how those ships are flown with respect to their use of AI technology. Nowhere else but FarsightPrime.com can you find out the full story of such a major event. By watching, you are on the cutting edge. So, let's begin. We have a number of really interesting reports for you today. The remote viewers who participated in this month's project are Aziz Brown, Shantae, Intisam, and myself. We start with a session by Intisam and then Aziz Brown, myself, and finally Shantae. Let's look at all the reports and then we'll reflect. To begin, here's a session by Intisam.